Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been busy on my World Eaters, which, like I said, is a slog. Hang on. This is Peanut. We like Peanut. Peanut is my cat. She's a cute little kitty. I love her so much. I love her so much. Look at her. Say hi, Peanut. Okay. Anyways, I've been busy with my World Eaters. Painting these has been a huge mental hurdle because there's so many different parts to them. Like I said in the last video, these models are not chaotic at all. There are some parts on the Possessed which are like, oh yeah, oh is that flesh or armor? But other than that, and on the Demon Prince I guess, but other than that it's not really confusing. It's a lot of back and forth on these guys. Well, it has been so far. I'm finally on the last highlight on all of the main base coats. Here is my Demon Prince. Just got a light there. Here is my Demon Prince so far. I'm pretty happy with him. So, painting these it's a lot. There's a lot of them. I should not have batch painted these. I should have painted them maybe one at a time. But if I did that, it would have taken longer, and also I would have used up more paint, which I've already bought like 3 pots of paint for this. And I would have had less fun, I think. And, you know, I wouldn't have had these in my hands as they are right now. Or maybe I would have. I don't know. You can't really say. I did consider like getting them up to a certain standard and then going off and doing each one individually, but I realized that might make them dusty and stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how they're looking so far. Most of them, anyway. There's a couple of like the Havocs I don't really like because they just don't fit together very well. Like the cabling and stuff doesn't fit together very well. And like the chain cannon, I did some not very good sub-assemblies on this guy. Like the arms and the chain of the gun were separate, where I should have done the chain of the gun on the actual body. We live and we learn, and it's gonna be okay. But there's a couple of them that I like this guy. Big fan of how this guy turned out. I love the pose, very dynamic. And there's that guy I really like. I made a custom Sergeant out of a Berserker body. Or a custom champion, I guess, for Chaos Space Marines. And yeah, I think they all look pretty good together. I think the champion looks a little small because of the armor, but I used that other guy, the 5th body, on my small tactical squad for another heavy bolter. Let's get a closer look. So here they are. This is everything I'm painting aside from these guys over here. And so these are what I painted initially. I batch painted these as well. So this is essentially what I'm calling like a neophyte kinda, or an initiate. So they're not full World Eaters yet. And yeah. So I painted these as like a test scheme for my custom warband, but it didn't really work out. So I just made them into normal World Eater, but like initiates. Because these aren't like the original Heresy World Eaters. These are just Chaos Space Marines that have the Butcher's Nails implanted. So there's this guy, painted his eyes red. Technically this is a tactical squad. So, you know, but, you know, I used some more low-key heads. I didn't use any heads with the butcher's nails in them. I think these are not painted very well anyways, so whatever. But stuff like the demon prints, like the world eaters, are painted very nicely, I think. Right, so the demon prints is looking pretty good. I still have to paint all the eyes and gems and extra stuff and whatnot, right? But for right now, it looks pretty alright. Here's one of my tactical marines. Or not tactical, just legionaries, I guess. Just hefted in his bolter. I still have to do the grenades and stuff as well. I think the tedious parts of the scheme are over. I'm really excited to finish painting them. Definitely. I have some ideas for the next year coming up here. So I made a pledge to myself. No more buying miniatures until until the end of 2026. So here's another legionary. As you can see, I spread the berserker parts pretty far and wide, right? Like there's a shoulder pad on this guy. There's a couple other things around. Here's some of my possessed. So essentially what I did for the flesh is I did a rough, like, I guess like a grouping highlight, where I just highlighted the muscles and stuff roughly, and all the flesh. Like I did the same thing for the demon prints. So you can see, especially on the backpack, you can see all the rough dark gray parts, but then you can see the finer lighter gray stuff, right? And then the cabling is just roughly highlighted blue, so it still looks mostly black. You can see here. Oh yeah, I also absolutely nailed all the trim for the most part. I think it looks really good. You can see here on the muscle as well. Yeah, there we go. It's not the best, but it'll do. It looks good from a couple feet away, so we're good. As long as it looks good on the tabletop. As you can see, very rough highlighting on the bone parts, especially on this axe here. But that will be cleaned up and edge highlighted more with the next lighter highlight. I think I'm going to use either a mix or just a normal GW paint for that. Again, another example of all the highlighting I did on the thigh here. It's just two colors. Just a base highlight and then more up from that. So I'm thinking all the demonic eyes are going to be yellow and all of the lenses are going to be green. Let me know what you think in the comments below, because I kind of need a bit of insight on that and I'm not sure exactly what to do. Oh yeah. I also had this head bouncing around for a long time in my bits box from the Plague Marines kit. And when I saw the new Possess, I was like, oh man, I know what would be good on that. And so I saved this head specifically for this guy. And I was able to use it. And it looks really freaking snazzy, I think, anyways. And the Khorne shoulder pad also helps keep it within the Khornate realm of design. You see the highlighting on especially on the tentacle, the main arm there. For, stretched or folded flesh, I just drag my brush across over and over to make sure that I got a nice texture on there. Looks pretty good. You can see some parts are still kind of messy, but people aren't going to be looking at it as closely as I am. If you notice, most of these guys are put together. There's just some parts on a couple of the guys that I haven't put on them because it's like I haven't done the skin yet, so I gotta do that before I put together all of the Space Marines. That guy there. Let's see. Oh, we'll do this guy. I picked this shoulder pad, so I thought it looked really good. Makes him look battle worn. Sorry about the cat hair. My God, Peanut has been busy. I also just rearranged my room to make it look a bit cleaner in these videos, so there's just dust everywhere now. It's awesome. Yeah. Just wow. These minis are just amazing too, by the way. Like, just, oh, amazing. I love them. They're gonna look really good getting absolutely squashed by my Ultramarines. I might learn to play just so I can kill these guys on the tabletop. I need to still do the red on this guy's arm. Somehow I fucking missed it. Like a silly little guy. Yeah. Let's look at this guy. So you can see I did not do the coils yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to do them like bronze or actually blue, but I'm leaning towards blue because there's a lot of reddish colors, and bronze is not going to help with that. So besides, Khorne doesn't like bronze, he likes brass, brother. Brass. Brassy ass. Yeah, here. So I kept this chain blade off the model. So as you can see, I kept this chain blade off the model so that I could paint the muscles right there. Yeah. Yeah, also the head, of course. Here, let's see one more legionary. So, God, the most annoying thing to paint is skulls in this way without the shading. Oh man, dude, like it's just a pain in the ass, man. Anyways, cause it's like you paint. I started with the Demon Prince, right? And we'll look at the bones more critically. So you can see the skulls and stuff, right? And I started with those when I began painting all the bone details. It's like, oh man, this is so fun. And then I got to the horns and I was like, okay, this is a little less fun. I totally missed the teeth on the shoulder pad. I gotta do that. But I got to the horns and I was like, oh man, that's so cool. But yeah, that was really annoying to paint. And then I started remembering that I missed some stuff. Like the skull right there on the backpack. And yeah, so obviously I missed some stuff and some of these guys. But it's okay. We'll go back and fix those. There's always a stage for that, you know? So yeah. So yeah, that's my World Eaters, guys. The next video will not be about my World Eaters, because they will be done. I will probably, like, show them and be like, look, I finished them. This is what they look like when they're done. But, yeah. Other than that, It's not much else to say. The next video, we're talking 2025. We're talking the year. We're talking year plans. We're talking, I guess, plan for the channel. We're talking planning. We're talking what I've built so far, parts I have, stuff to build. It's mostly kit bashing, which I fucking love. And then after that, I think we're going through my armies, one at a time. Which I have a couple, so that's a couple videos there in itself. And then we'll do army updates and blah 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 blah. Unless you guys really don't want to see that, but whatever. Other than that, that is all for now. Say bye, Peanut.